Hey all, it's Reg from Aver Reg Guy. I've been working on the Ganymede Project for a bit and trying to come up with a rocket design that will get me there and get me back. And I tried one where I took a rocket design, tweaked it a bit, and then went and made it to Mercury and back. And I thought, well, let's do some more tweaking with that and see if we can get that system to go to Ganymede. And I got it to work. Now, I need to record it now because I had a whole bunch of tweaks I needed to do to get it working, and I managed to do it, and I figured out some stuff along the way. So let's see if we can do it. I know it can be done because if I look at my achievements, you can see under Ganymede, it now shows link. It now shows Ganymede 2, and if I click on that, captured low Ganymede orbit, landed on the surface of Ganymede. It doesn't show all the rest of the stuff of me coming back, but here, okay. So entered into the orbit, captured the low Ganymede, landed on Ganymede, then kept on going, and safely returned to Earth. So there you go. I did do it. Now let's see if we can do it again. Okay, so if we go take a look at the rocket, this is the one that I made it there. So not much change up in the top part. What I did do is I changed the design of these side rockets a little bit, and probably the most controversial, I took out the two engines that were there, and I replaced it with one engine and some ion engines. And the ion ones are running pretty much all the time. Every now and then I'll turn off the big one just to save fuel and just burn just the ion engines and just run with that for a bit. And it's the old thing in space. If you have a constant tiny push, you can get a great distance efficiently. But if you're going like to the moon, doesn't make sense to do that. You need a bigger push there. But if you're going a long distance, that actually worked. And I managed to save along the way enough fuel to get there with a fair amount of fuel left in the tank itself. And could be part of it is just the way I did the flight too, but let's see if we can duplicate it. So let's get going. I just did a quick look to see where the moon was, because the moon being in the wrong place can give you a really hard time, especially if you're going to Jupiter and it's right along the flight path of where you need to go. Yeah, that's not so good. So what tends to happen is the flight path disappears, and when it re-shows up, you're well past it. You burned up way too much fuel. When I do these videos, probably the next while here, I'm going to be, when I'm doing stuff that long delays, I won't be saying much, and I'll just run it fast forward just to get us through those points faster. Okay, we have low Earth orbit. Let's find Jupiter. And let's see where it is in the big picture. No, first off, the moon. Should be okay. But let's see where Jupiter is. Right there. So if we do an approach to Jupiter, that's an okay approach. If you, like I say, if it loops around, just do some time travel. Get it so that it's closer. So I got to take our window up. I'm going to go around one more time. The moon is right in a spot where it's going to cause us issues. Let's go around a couple of times here. Okay. Moon should be okay there. It might come into play for a little bit, but it should be okay in the big picture. So with that, the rocket now, I have the two little ion thrusters. I just let them go all the time while I'm thrusting. And I just turn on the big one for these big moves, like trying to get away from the Earth here, that sort of thing. Yeah, so it might say that we're approaching the moon, but we should be okay. I think it should be far enough away from where we are going that it should come back in time. Let's put it that way. And we're going to be coming in behind the moon, or behind Jupiter, so that'll help for a bit of the speed. And with that thruster, we've got a lot more control. With the ion thrusters, we got a lot more control. It moves slower. So we're going to go for Ganymede again. And again, I want to see where the approach is going to come in. I don't want to get something where I whip around Jupiter too far. Okay, so I'm going to get up close. That's good enough. My phone's been jumping a bit lately, and it's caused me a couple of issues earlier when I was trying to do a flight, so hopefully it behaves this time. Okay, so speed is not too bad, but don't forget we got to go all the way to the planet. Zero. So I do have that engine on this time because we want to try to slow down. Okay, we're just about at the approach for Ganymede. Oh, there was one. Yeah, let's try to get that one. There we go. So that is an encounter. I think that's a good spot. Let's give that a shot. Again, ion rockets allow us to get up nice and then in there. Okay. Let's go. Now we are going to whip around and then come back around again. But at least when we're coming around, I think it might be on a good approach. That's my engines, I think, from the successful one I did earlier. Let's see how fast we're going when we make contact. So we're at 29. Yes. Yes. Quick save. See the difference coming at it from the where you're actually working with it rather than going whipping around the moon? It's just nasty. Okay. Already have one called approach, but that's okay. We have a new one called approach. Okay, so enough celebration. We got to get back. Okay. So you can see our little bit of debris there. That thing didn't completely destroy. It just landed and fell on its side. Okay. It's kind of funny, it didn't even break its rocket. Okay, so the idea now is I'm just going to boogie straight out. I'm not even going to get an orbit around here. The reason I'm going to do that is I want to save fuel. I don't want to waste fuel driving around this thing, right? And it's very low gravity. This just boogie out. I'm going to do a quick save here. You can tell I chose the same names. I'm very original with the way I do things. Okay, let's go back. Because my other one was parked leaning on this angle, so that's us. Okay. Let's try to get out without Ganymede getting in our way. And in order to do that, you know what we're going to do? Let's watch the Jovian moons move a little bit. Okay. Just give it a mix, and let's try it again. And which way are we facing? So we are currently facing now so I'm going to go up and go to the right this time. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to do like I mentioned before. I'm just basically going to go straight up. Okay, so we are out. Hopefully this works better. So we do not want that approach. So hopefully we don't have the same issue, but here we are. So far things are looking very similar. Yes. Okay, let's see where we are. Nice. I think we're real close. Let's just get out of Jupiter here. Because that gives us back our line, right? So let's see where we are. There we go. And you know what? That means we go around the other side, and I'm fine with that. Wow. Okay, there we go. That's good. Let's go. Fingers crossed for the speed. With the Earth. That's the second time around. Takes us a little while to get back, eh? See, we're coming up in behind the Earth, which is a great approach because we're going pretty much this, almost the same speed, it looks. So we're at 8,000. Let's see what happens once we come in. 2,000. 2,000 I think I can work with. So I'm running the thrusters to slow down and also get closer to the Earth. Because I've done old fingers and shot past it before. That's why I'm doing this. We're coming in the opposite way around. Hopefully that's not too steep. Come on, baby. Should be good. I made it. Ganymede, you did not kick my ass this time. Okay, let's not get cocky until we get this thing on the ground. I have songs playing in my head right now. Can't lose at this point. As long as I don't do something stupid like cut the cord. So I'll wait for the chute to open wide, drop the heat shield, and I'm done all the steps I need to do. So, for those that have watched me struggle through this one, when I got 3 more planets or moons I can land on. But I got past this one. So, thank you very much for hanging out with me and cheering me on. Hopefully, I was feeling pretty down for a bit there, trying to get this to work. So I'm happy that it it worked for us. And I managed to do this fairly well this time because I'm starting to understand the approaches and when to approach a particular planet or moon on what sort of angle and approach. And I guess that's something that's important to learn, right? So there we go. Influence of Earth, influence of Jupiter, high Jupiter orbit, Ganymede, entered into the sphere of Callisto, landed on Ganymede. Oh, so I did enter the sphere of Callisto again and shot through it. Lucky. Okay. Escaped the sphere of Jupiter and then got to Earth. Landed in really low temperature, actually. So 5,000 was pretty hot when I did that one. This is 2620. So please hit the subscribe, give it a like, and we made it. Okay, never give up. I think I mentioned that in one of the other videos. So never give up. You will eventually, and I've learned a lot. So take care and have a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.